bunch quite often. So Barrios kept them at bay, and it took us a while to get going. But you know, we've talked a little bit about, you know, we've had some droughts, but we're kind of a club that's built to hit extra base hits and home runs and like that. So that was obviously on display in the seventh. And you know, with the conditions, I mean, you talk about a great day to pitch, and a couple of those balls were hit into the wind pretty good. So yeah, there was going to be no cheap home runs today, that's for sure. And we played pretty good defense. And Hosey just continued, you know, pounds the strike zone. Changeup was very good today. Maybe for me, the sharpest he's been. And that's saying something because he's pretty darn sharp most of the time when he goes out. He's had the one outing that wasn't this year, but it was another obviously very good one.
Seventh inning, couple of fun at bats to just enjoy that confrontation of, you know, pitcher batter following them all.
Yeah, the kid, and you know, and the you know, he's always good and respectful. You know he wants to finish that thing. And a couple of those bats, you know, that went a little longer. I mean, cost him to the pitch count to get him close to 100. And otherwise, I think we'd have given him an opportunity to finish it. But you know, we've gotten some good starting pitching this homestand, and the truth is the bullpen really needs to work. So we've got to get Turley involved. Wimmers hasn't pitched in a few days, so it's good to get Brzezinski in it. Anyway, but we take tomorrow off and we're loaded for Bear going into Buffalo. So.
What do those at bats, you know, for Jose mean? I mean, it kind of shows he's not giving in, but I mean,
no,
it's still a scoreless game at that point. I mean,
exactly, and I think, you know, he actually with Renda's at bat, he fouled off I think 3 fastballs on the 3-2 count, and then, you know, so it's one thing not to give in, but then he struck him out with either a really good breaking ball or a good changeup. I thought it was a breaking ball. There was a difference of opinion on the bench. Either way, he finally realized, you know, he was going to make a pitch, you know, and obviously it's a lower percentage strike pitch, but at that point, it's, you know, this guy's swinging and fouling off my fastball. I've got, you know, let's change gears, and if we can throw it for a strike, we have a good chance. And he did the same thing coming back with the other guy. But then also, you know, the fact that he threw 4 strikes or whatever it was after the 3-2 count in both situations or whatever. So, you know, I mean, that speaks to the command. Usually after that, someone's going to spoil a few pitches, and it's going to be ball 4. If you know, and he didn't. You're right. He didn't give in, and he didn't give in the second inning. It was the 8th inning with 98, 95, 94 pitches under his belt. So that's even more impressive.
Q, he said last year on opening day here, the cold weather affected his off-speed stuff, his grip on the baseball. Today was similar temperature, similar conditions to the first home game. What did you see from him today as far as his
Well,
off-speed?
he didn't come out of the chute the first couple hitters very well, and so you know you don't know. I think he was 3-0 on the first hitter, and so you don't know how it's going to affect. Now, sometimes there's all sorts of reasons for that. Sometimes you have a cold, dry day and you can't get a grip on the ball. Sometimes you're a fella from the islands and you're not used to this up here, and now you need to get used to that because we kind of are similar to Minnesota. So there's a lot of reasons for that. But after the first 7 or 8 pitches of the game, you know, I'm thinking, oh, you know, which Hosey are we getting today? You know, the one we always see or the one that shows up every once in a great while and struggles a little bit command-wise? Well, he righted the ship very quickly.
Mike, he's had such great success here. When he goes up, different story. What can he do to be more successful when he gets up there again?
Well, when we've seen him, and we're seeing him from a distance, and I always think, you know, I can speculate like you guys. We're all watching the same thing, and you know, I mean, I'd like to think I have a little bit of expertise, but truth of the matter is we can watch pitch location on television. We can see all sorts of stuff as far as why he's getting hit there. First and foremost, it's a better league, okay? So we don't want to lose sight of that fact. And, you know, it seems like he hasn't thrown as many strikes. He hasn't pounded the strike zone there as he has here. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that, probably. I mean, you know, you probably have to be a little finer there. And maybe hitters have forced him to do that. You know, I don't think he's had the command of his soft game the way he has here. So, you know, that's all part of it. But, you know, not being there and seeing it all the time, all I can do is watch what goes on here and realize that he's, you know, he's like most pitchers, he needs to stay out of the middle 12 inches of the plate with all of his stuff, and he needs some movement on his fastball, and he needs to get ahead of people, and then he can put them away. And that goes for whatever level you're pitching at. But it's obviously much, much tougher. You know, we've all seen guys that have had success here and struggle at the next level. And sometimes they figure it out, sometimes they don't. So he's so young still, and such a good athlete. You know, you just believe he's gonna break through that door at some point.
Does he have the confidence up there in his stuff?
Well, you have to talk to him about that. He should. And if you know, it's if you struggle, I mean, and it's easy to sit here and say, but truthfully, the mentality is if you go up there and you struggle, and you have a rough outing or a rough few innings, you got to find a way to make pitch-to-pitch adjustments, and when the outing's over, put it behind you, learn from it, and move on. You know, and I think that goes for Hosey and everybody else. And like I said, it's easy for me to say you need to do that, but you really do. And, so that's, you know, we were talking about, and I didn't see it, but I guess he came out in the WBC in his first inning of work against, was it against us? I believe it was. Punched out maybe the first three guys. I mean, just looked really sharp. Three pretty good major league hitters. Okay, and then got nicked up a little bit in the second inning. Okay, well, let's take a picture of the first inning of work and see, you know, what was the difference. Now maybe there wasn't. Maybe, you know, maybe he made the same pitches and guys just got out of him. I mean, I don't know. But our job is trying to continue to get him to do a good job here and hope it translates there. If he was getting people out here on a bunch of chase pitches and balls out of the zone and things that I fully believe will not work up there, then we have some adjustments to make. But he's getting people out with strikes here. And that's, you know, that when I start looking at somebody who's going to have a chance at the next level, are they getting people out in the strike zone? Because you have to do it even better there. And so he's at least doing that.